we watched Jolt, 2021, I think. And if you're looking at it now, you're probably thinking what I thought. Holy shit, is that Kate Beckinsale? And it is. So points for that. I would almost grade this on a curve for that. This movie wants very bad to be Crank, and the problem is Crank has a lot of stuff going for it. For one, it's like a mid 2010s, and it had a lot of style points at the time. It's not a good movie. I would guess if I watched it again now, I'd give it a 5. That I enjoy the movie, but a lot of it feeds into itself. And the problem is, this movie just isn't Crank. And that's not to say you can't have Crank but a girl. It's just to say that, like, this movie wants to be that, and it doesn't have the budget or the power behind it, I guess. Overall, it's pretty solidly acted. A lot of the characters do a pretty good delivery and do a good job. It hurts my heart to see Jai Courtney doing well and living my dream, but you can't have them all. I think Kate Beckinsale does a great job in this, and it's unfortunate that we didn't see her in more action roles post Underworld, because I love the first couple Underworld movies, and I've watched them all. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head which one were the bad ones, the good ones. I've enjoyed them all, but I can admit that, like, beyond Underworld 2, it kind of falls off a little bit, and, it just is what it is. One of the places this gets dragged down is the action scenes are cut very poorly, and it just kind of doesn't really pull itself together. I'm fine with the way how often it's cut. It's that it's up too close. Every action scene feels like it's chopped to bits, like we're watching a Liam Neeson movie, and I don't think that it's really Kate Beckinsale's age so much as it's just the way it's directed. The same is true of, like, most of the set pieces. Honestly, I was going to deduct a couple points partway through a hospital scene, and you know what? That scene is fantastic. The writing there is fantastic. The dialogue in this movie, fantastic. And it's just the overall writing that kind of falls a little short. The writer himself only has this for a credit, and it just needed more polish. It needed a little bit more humph or pizzazz or whatever, I don't know. But it needed more of something like that to take it to the next level, and it's just not there. Speaking of acting, Stanely Tucci makes an appearance. He's in the movie quite a bit, does a pretty good job. I don't know. Jai Courtney just has, like, a punchable face for me. I don't know what it is. And Bobby Cannavale is there, and he does play a cop, which I feel like I've seen him 100 times playing. I guess it's really just this and Maxine. I'm sure I could find another, like, credit where he's a detective of some sort, and I just can't think of what it is off the top of my head, and it's not worth really, like, digging around or anything for. It's fine. I don't prefer the chemistry he kind of has. Everything about the way he hits on Kate Beckinsale's character is kind of cringe, from the context to how kind of insistent he is on, like, inserting himself, and then later it gets full on, hey, do you want to go outside? And I don't care for it. It's not for me. One of the big problems in the movie, I think, is there's just no pizzazz to anybody other than Kate Beckinsale. The gimmick wears itself out pretty quickly. Little zappy suit to keep you from killing everybody, I guess. It just isn't that good. You can really see the flaws right away. She's on a date with Jai Courtney. She goes to the bathroom, and she's trying to have a moment and keep from killing the waitress, who is in the bathroom stall near her, talking loudly on the phone, as I guess waitresses do. It seems like a rookie move to me, but she has these flashbacks where she envisions herself slamming the waitress's head against the wall. Wham, wham, wham. And I think that's kind of cool. The problem is, those clips are also what they use when she does snap and do that to the waitress and then take off. And the problem there is that a couple of the times it happens, that's what it is. I was actually pretty stunned that, later she has an episode where she envisions something like that, and it doesn't immediately happen. It never happens in the movie, but I was pretty sure that for the rest of the movie that would be every little episode she had. And it just isn't the vibe for me. It feels lazy. It needed a little bit more, or some kind of creativity, something different to set itself apart from Psychosis, Memory Lane, and the rest. Again, the gimmick in the little zappy suit it just runs a little thin. It's not that interesting for the most part, and the big difference was, in Crank he's got that poison. If he doesn't keep his heart rate up like a speed, he dies. So, he's got to do crazy things, he's got to get more interested, he's got to drink Red Bull, whatever. Bang, what's her name, in the street. There's just a lot of things going on, a lot of good set pieces, and that's just not the truth for Jolt. Jolt, it feels like, falls a little short in those spots. The places where she does have chemistry, it kind of falls a little short later because there's like 3 evil characters in the movie: the mid boss, the butcher guy, and then the main boss. And there's just no chemistry there. Those characters don't have enough flair or pizzazz to make them anything other than budget penguin, butcher dude, and an old guy. And they're not cast by like nobodies. Hold on. David Bradley. David Bradley plays a villain, and it's fine, but he's just sitting there glowering. There's no reason to care about it. Even his like set piece where he's eating feels kind of dumb. He actually seems like he has no idea what's going on, and that's another problem in that the people just run into each other kind of, and she just kind of ambles from one bozo choice to the other. Twice the guy gets a drop on her, and it just is what it is. She makes it out. It is what it is. And that, I think, is weak writing, weak set piece, because there's no reason for it to be like that. Laverne Cox is there. She's the other cop. It's fine. I just don't see... I don't see the vision there for me. I like Laverne Cox. I just think this is a bad matchup where Susan Sarandon's in it. I don't feel anything about that. By the time I got to Susan Sarandon reappearing in the film, I didn't care anymore. I wanted this to be like a 5. Realistically, this is probably like a 3 or a 4. I want to love it because I love Kate Beckinsale and I like what they were. I like the movie this wanted to be, and unfortunately, it's just not there. There's a big car scene, and that's another piece where, why bother? She could have just went down a fire escape, and you could have saved yourself just some hire a writer money or hire a stunt coordinator, anything. There's just a lot of things there that could have been, and just aren't. Unfortunately, it's just not as good as I was hoping. The hopes I had when I saw Kate Beckinsale dashed immediately. But I had fun. It's watchable, but that's about all I can say for it. You kids be good. If you like this content, I'm supposed to ask you to like, comment, and subscribe. I think like is here, and comment is probably down there, and subscribe over there somewhere too, I think. I don't know how many times this like snippet is gonna make it into a video. Everybody says you should do it this way, and I always thought it was just like an annoying thing other YouTubers did. And as you know, I am bad at editing, so if you like it, great, I'm happy for you. If you don't like it, I'm sorry.